Hi, I'm Omolara, CEO of Thrive, and I am so excited to share my venture story with you and how we created technology to advance racial justice in government. But so much of Thrive was born from my own frustration in leading a government agency to better outcomes. I was deputy director of DC's Juvenile Justice Agency, 2 steps removed from the mayor. After conducting an internal assessment, I found that our agency's investments were linked to rising rearrest rates. How could this happen? Long story short, we were investing in programs that researchers have known to be ineffective for 30 years. My experience taught me that well-meaning government employees are often forced to fly blind. They just don't have access to good information to improve decision-making. And now, the stakes are so high. Racism has been declared a public health crisis in 30 states, and governments are spending $400 billion on contractors because they need information to combat systemic racism. But here's the catch. They're languishing on really long wait lists for equity-based professional services because vendors just don't have the capacity to meet demand. We do not have time to wait for equity. So at Thrive, we built software that scales consulting services. It works like Qualtrics for equity. We've compiled everything known about what it takes to effectively mitigate disparities. And we use that information to ask a series of questions about how an agency spends its resources. Answers have a scoring logic, which we use to produce spending report cards and recommendations for improved budgeting. We can boast users from coast to coast, ranging from school systems to public health departments to mayor's offices, and we just closed a 2-year, $140,000 deal with the school district. We're thriving. 30 equity officials and legislators in 15 states have inquired about our software. We've sustained national press coverage since last year, and now we need you to join our movement. We've raised $630K of a $750K pre-seed round. Our investors include Morgan Stanley and New Schools Venture Fund. With an additional $120,000, we'll be able to generate $1 million in revenue in 18 months. Here's the team. I'm the impact evaluator who knows what works in government. My colleagues and I have over 50 years of professional experiences in consulting, operations, tech, and sales, and together we are working to make sure that governments create just budgets to combat systemic racism.